足を使いましたね。
雑草のごとく路地裏で戦ってきました。光を求めて戦ってきた。ケニー・オメガが
ここで初めて
エペロンに立つ。かつての盟友ケニー・オメガがエペロンに立つ。イブシの気を引いた。
The year is 2014. The current Super Junior champion is a young Japanese wrestler by the name Kota Ibushi. Ibushi made his name in the promotion DDT, but has been competing regularly in New Japan more and more, going so far as to compete in the G1 the previous year. The G1 tournament is the most prestigious and grueling heavyweight tournament in all of pro wrestling. It's an honour just to compete. Ibushi had his eyes set on this year's G1, but suffered a concussion in a match with Kushida, forcing the Golden Star to withdraw. While away, Ibushi had time to think. The man had aspirations to compete in the heavyweight division, believing he's done everything he can as a junior. Ibushi doesn't possess a natural heavyweight build. He will have to bulk up if he wants to compete in that division. On October 3rd, the young wrestler's move to the heavyweights is made official by New Japan office. Now, it's down to Ibushi to make a statement.
About to explode! Following that explosive Bomaye! Back press, hooks the leg! Shinsuke Nakamura!
A trio of Bomayes keep the wrestler down for the 3 count. The King of Strong Style then takes to the mic and addresses the crowd. The crowd are distracted, however, when Ibushi appears, suplexing an unsuspecting Nakamura. The crowd are happy to see Ibushi, but are indifferent to his actions. Ibushi takes to the mic, his young voice squeaking and breaking as he too addresses the crowd and Nakamura. Nakamura can't help but outright laugh when this young junior heavyweight issues a challenge for his Intercontinental belt. But, as amused as Nakamura is, he accepts, playfully taunting the young man, who politely and awkwardly shuffles to the back, clearly very proud of himself. Christmas and New Year have come and gone, and Ibushi has been training hard over the holiday period, but the moment is finally here. It's time to put his money where his mouth is. He stands across from the man he refers to as God, Shinsuke Nakamura, the long-reigning Intercontinental Champion. Nakamura has become very attached to the Intercontinental belt. Even the belt's image is a direct action of Nakamura, changing it from its original, uninspired design to the beautiful white strap we've all come to love. The belt is the second biggest title in the company, thanks to the hard work and dedication from Nakamura. Winning it is as hard as winning the heavyweight strap. Only the best get to hold it, and only the best get to compete for it. Ibushi uses the only attack that is effective for him in the heavyweight division, strikes. The young man is still too undersized to grapple as much as the other heavyweights. He still does, but striking and aerial attacks are his best path to victory. There aren't too many striking specialists in the heavyweight division, but Nakamura is certainly one of them. More than that, Nakamura is probably the single best striker in the entirety of wrestling at this time, and no one is more aware of that fact more than Ibushi is. The beginning is cagey. Nakamura takes his time, lets Ibushi breathe a little bit. Ibushi shows his age and inexperience as he begins to act cocky, mocking Nakamura's move. Nakamura will put up with a lot, but he will not stand for that. The King of Strong Style begins to take control of the match, taking Ibushi to the outside. Ibushi is determined to test his striking against Nakamura's, but learns quickly, as Nakamura's timing intercepts Ibushi's speed, that Nakamura hits a lot harder. Ibushi takes back control of the match using his high-flying junior moves, a speed Nakamura can't even hope to keep up with. Ibushi does manage to put Nakamura down with a couple body kicks, something the young man is clearly very proud of. Ibushi is targeting Nakamura's body to set up for his Phoenix Splash. Nakamura is focusing on Ibushi's neck to set up for his Bomaye, or in other words, a running knee to the dome. Both men go back and forth. Nakamura's attacks are louder and land more damage, slowly chipping away at Ibushi's chin and patience. Both men's attacks grow sloppy and spiteful, Nakamura's especially, targeting the back of Ibushi's head. Ibushi adopts the Bomaye, Nakamura kicks out of one out of pure disrespect. Both men get ugly with their strikes, trying their best to separate the other from their consciousness. Ibushi shows tremendous heart and proves he can stand the likes of Nakamura. Ibushi has a champ in trouble. He leaps to the top rope and German suplexes Shinsuke into the ring, showing he's not just a junior heavyweight anymore, and that he can throw the heavyweights around too. He tries for the last right powerbomb, but the strength is gone. Nakamura latches onto him and begins to lay in vicious elbows to Ibushi's neck. A leaping Bomaye wakes Ibushi the fuck up, and the two clash shin to shin. Ibushi just has nothing left, and a final Bomaye puts him down for the 3 count.
He does it! Shinsuke Nakamura in what was one of the biggest fights of his life.
Post-match, Ibushi can barely move, giving it everything he had. He may have failed to take the belt, but he did take Nakamura's respect. One day, this will all be his, and more, but he's got a long way to go. Ibushi would carry on strong in 2015, picking up notable singles victories against Tomoaki Honma and teaming with fellow rising star Tetsuya Naito in a winning effort at the New Beginning in Osaka and Sendai, respectively. On the 16th of February, the New Japan Cup brackets were announced. Held since 2005, the Cup is considered the second most important heavyweight tournament behind the G1, of course. The winner is presented with the New Japan Cup, as well as a shot at the IWGP heavyweight title. However, Nakamura switched up the tradition the year prior by winning the Cup and electing to challenge for the Intercontinental belt instead. It has been announced this year that the winner will have the right to choose between a never openweight shot, an Intercontinental shot, or an IWGP heavyweight shot. Bracket 2's lineup is as follows. First off, Yoshihashi vs Yujiro Takahashi, Togi Makabe, Blue Justice Yuji Nagata vs Hiroki Goto, and Satoshi Kojima vs Katsuyori Shibata. Brackets 1 lineup is as follows. Kazuchika Okada vs Bad Luck Fale, Tetsuya Naito vs Machine Gun Carl Anderson, The Ace Hiroshi Tanahashi vs The Scamp Toru Yano, and Kota Ibushi vs Doc Gallows. A pretty stacked New Japan Cup. Multiple, if not all of these competitors could conceivably win. Maybe not Yano. Right, night 1. A cheating Takahashi defeats Yoshihashi. A King Kong knee drop advances Makabe. King Kong! Kojima and Shibata kick the shit out of each other until Katsuyori finally puts him to sleep, and Goto defeats Nagata with his beautiful Shoten Kai. Now Ibushi must face the towering killer of Bullet Club, one half of the tag team champions, Doc Gallows. As stated previously, Ibushi is fairly undersized against most of the heavyweights, and most heavyweights are fairly undersized against Doc Gallows. But Gallows is reckless, and Ibushi must use this disadvantage. Gallows is in control for the majority of this match. Ibushi needs to wait for him to make a mistake, which he does. After a big kick out, Gallows pops Ibushi up for the finish. Ibushi ranas Gallows into a cradle pin and steals his first win of the tournament, progressing to round 2. Gallows' tag partner does not fare much better, falling to Naito. But Bullet Club does get a win in the main event, with Fale shockingly putting away the Rainmaker. Oh, and Toru Yano rolled up Tanahashi. Wait, what? Okay, day 2. Makabe hits Takahashi with a spider suplex followed by a King Kong knee drop for the win. King Kong! Just like how Ibushi beat Gallows, Naito reverses Fale's finish into a roll-up for the win. And in the main event, Goto and Shibata would go to war, with Hiroki Goto eking out a tough victory. Ibushi's opponent on this night would be the jokester, Toru Yano. Now, Yano isn't a joke, he just presents himself as one. Knowing his limitations when it comes to in-ring ability, Yano instead wins by tricking and bamboozling his opponents. And it fucking works. I mean, the guy just beat Tanahashi a few days ago. Ibushi needs to keep his focus in on this one. But the Golden One survives all of Yano's cheating, antics, and testicle-based offense, leaping off the top rope to roll him up for the victory, progressing to the semi-finals. Day 3. The semi-finals and the finals are held on the same day. Why? I don't know, but it does seem kind of mean. Anyway, the first semi-final match is Goto and Makabe. Goto ties Makabe's legs up and stacks him in this cradle-like pin for the win, progressing to the finals. My leg! The second semi-final match is Ibushi and Naito. As we go on, these two's relationship inside the ring will change, put it lightly. Naito is yet to be rejected fully and is even yet to leave for Mexico. He still feels like he's missing something, an edge, if you will. But for the first time in the whole tournament, Ibushi doesn't seem as undersized. He can grapple a lot more with Naito than he can with the other heavyweights. Both men are pretty much evenly matched, even sharing a similar moveset. But Ibushi's neck-based offense begins to take a toll on Naito. Naito is more of a traditional pro wrestler, like Tanahashi, so when he tries to go strike for strike with a specialist like Ibushi, it doesn't go his way. I mean, Ibushi just co-main evented Wrestle Kingdom against the King of Strong Style, and he gave him a hard time with the striking department. So, what did Naito think was going to happen? Ibushi hoists Naito up and hits the Golden Star Bomb, pinning Naito. He now has an hour rest before facing Goto in the final. The final. Both men come into this match looking fairly fresh. Ibushi, once again, is undersized against Goto. He has to start relying on his high-flying abilities to gain a foot up in this bout. The speed advantage goes to Ibushi, while Goto possesses the power advantage. Goto lifts Ibushi up to hit him with his Shoten Kai, but Ibushi fights out and Stan Hansens him for a double down. A mean high kick rocks Goto. Ibushi gets him in position and hoists the bigger man up, hitting the Golden Star Bomb. 1, 2, Goto kicks out. It's not enough. Ibushi ascends to the top rope and hits the Phoenix Splash. Goto might have had enough energy to kick out the Golden Bomb, but that was it. 1, 2, 3. Ibushi has done it. He now has a title shot for the belt of his choosing. He receives a massive business card looking check thing, apparently worth 5 million yen, about 24 grand.
Nice.
The crowd erupts with shock and excitement as Ibushi announces he will try for all the money and take on AJ Styles for the heavyweight championship. On one hand, this can be seen as foolish. Ibushi barely made it through the cup as it was, and he failed to capture the Intercontinental belt just months prior. And now he's going to try and take the top prize off the best wrestler in the world? But on the other hand, it's brilliant. Ibushi barely made it through the cup. He's already tried the second biggest prize. He doesn't want to come all this way to come up short, and he's not going to challenge for anything less than the company's top gold. If he's given the opportunity, he's going to take it. I mean, what's he got to lose? How good could AJ be anyway? Right? April 2nd, 2015. Road to Invasion Attack. 3 days removed from the pay-per-view, in the main event of the evening, Ibushi teams with Naito once again to take on the team of Yujiro Takahashi and the heavyweight champion himself, AJ Styles. Ibushi wants to start the match for his team. Style, wanting to feel Ibushi ahead of their title fight, wants to start for his. As the two men circle one another, it's apparent that there isn't much in it when it comes to the size difference between the two. Styles is the bigger guy, sure, but not by a lot. Styles doesn't know how to approach Ibushi. Ibushi lands a stiff leg kick on Styles just to gauge his reaction. Styles isn't great at one specific style, be that high flying, striking, or traditional grappling. What makes Styles the best in the world is how he melds all those different styles together. Ibushi is clearly better than Styles initially thought. As we progress through this match, Naito is singled out. Towards the end, Styles knocks Ibushi off the apron, picks Naito up, hits the Styles Clash for the win, just after the 10-minute mark. Post-match, Styles begins to taunt Ibushi, to which Ibushi replies with the coolest, major flinch, move ever, before making his way to the back, determined to beat the Phenomenal One come Invasion Attack. Styles says Ibushi is not prepared enough for the match, and he's right, just not in the way he, or more importantly Ibushi, thinks. April 5th, 2015, Invasion Attack. Ibushi looks confident as he makes his way to the ring. Styles, much the same. Ibushi takes one final breath, then the bell rings. Both men circle each other. Styles now prepared for Ibushi's kickboxer-esque stance. As before, Ibushi lands a quick, stiff low kick to Styles, who reacts much the same as before. He may get used to the style, but you'll never get used to those strikes. AJ begins barking at Ibushi, clearly doing his homework, knowing that Ibushi can be prone to rushing in, which would allow Styles to catch him with something. But Ibushi keeps his cool. Finally, they lock up. Ibushi is strong, but Styles is stronger. It's all mind games at this early stage of the match. It's Ibushi who gets the upper hand early though, taking advantage of Styles' anger and throwing him from the ring. Styles re-enters, and the two men go back and forth, reversing each other's moves. But still, Ibushi holds control of the match, putting a beating on Styles. Styles intercepts Ibushi's moonsault to the outside, delivering a brutal suplex on the concrete. Now Styles takes control of the fight, slowing the pace of the match down, stretching out Ibushi's entire body, from his neck to his legs, trying to slow him down as much as possible. Both men are reasonably matched. Styles strikes well with Ibushi but still gets put down himself. Ibushi tries for his over-the-top rope suplex but Styles is having none of it, but still he can't keep Ibushi down. Styles knows this calls for desperate measures. He takes a beaten up Ibushi to the corner and tries for a second rope Styles clash. Ibushi fights out and Rana's AJ off the top rope, sending him crashing down, but it's not enough. Ibushi tries for the golden powerbomb, but drops Styles, his adrenaline getting the better of it. He tries for it again, but Styles fights out, and Kota Stan Hansen's him for his troubles. He gets Styles back up and finally hits it. 1, 2, Styles kicks out. Just like the final of the New Japan Cup, Kota knows what to do. This is it. He has Styles beat. He ascends to the top rope, ready to finish. When... As Ibushi comes to, the horrible reality begins to set in. He's lost. And not due to a lack of ability, but instead, a selfish action by a former partner. Ibushi's rise to the top is not over. Not by a long shot. And I hate to sound cheesy, but Ibushi's chase for gold has only just begun.
Oh, we were right there, man!
Don't worry.
To be contenders.